Okay, hi everybody. We are Team Cute Potato. I'm Jenny.
I'm Jack.
And he's
I'm the software engineer.
and I'm the designer, artist, person. Okay, so our idea is called Crossing Guard, and it's to alert pedestrians to unsafe traffic conditions. If you guys remember, yesterday we had a presentation about. Oh, okay. So what we're gonna do is first we're just gonna like kind of demo the thing, and then I'll go on to explain like the background.
So our product is using Particle I/O to have a series of ultrasonic sensors that track both the density and speed of traffic on streets, which connects to a display to alert pedestrians to the relative safety or danger of a street. As you'll see in our presentation, some streets are particularly dangerous in San Francisco. As you pass this, it tracks like people going faster, but because of the same issues from before, these buttons contend for wireless connectivity and they get kind of booted frequently, so it might not work here for the same reason as the person two before us. What should happen is, as I'm moving faster past this board connects to the cloud, relays the information of the fact that people are passing frequently and quickly in cars or my hand. And then this looks to the cloud, gets information and says, okay, this is a relatively safe intersection at this time. Just be like, the point is to promote awareness that some intersections are particularly dangerous, as Jenny will show you.
And if it's more dangerous, it'll go to yellow and then eventually to red if it's like really dangerous. So it's for pedestrians, not for drivers. Okay, so the gist of the problem is San Francisco has a really high pedestrian mortality in the cases of traffic accidents. 60% in San Francisco compared to 14% national average. I have to remember the numbers in my head now. And most people, and the thing is that the people who are, it's here. Okay, and the people who are most at risk, so the elderly, children, historically disadvantaged, and handicapped people are the most at risk for these accidents, and they also happen to have very little access to technology. So I didn't want to go with an app or a website. We didn't want to go with an app or website because they might not have access to it. So we wanted something physical that we could put at an intersection so that it's easy access. And so these are the current solutions. I was going to go into them, but we don't have time. But I will tell you that these can get really expensive. The one with the yellow sign, that one is the RRFB, and it costs $15,000 to install the set of those. And the more fancy kind, the Hawks, cost $150,000 to install. So these can get really expensive, and these are the current solutions, but they are very effective. And yes, but even so, it's not enough, and there are like really big problems in SF. Here's some numbers. And although SF actually is doing a lot to try to help the situation, over 70% of the signal intersections in the city have pedestrian countdown signals. So they are doing a lot of things. There's a lot of money being like set to increase safety. Our solution is to alert pedestrians of like the danger of their route, and so that anyone in the vicinity of our signal can like view the forecast of danger. What will that look like if you're a potato? So he already introduced the technology, particle. Okay, and then this is our current version. We also thought about like different like possible displays, like maybe like a meter that goes up, or like faces, or like a more elaborate thing. Our benefits is that it's low cost and it's suitable. It's suitable for a wide range of audiences. It's easy to learn, and it can be installed on current infrastructure. And okay.
Okay, thank you.
I have a quick question. I didn't quite understand what was supposed to happen with the. So that's an ultrasonic sensor, and more people. Is that people walking by that you're mimicking with your hand? Oh, cars.
So as people go by, ideally you would have this mounted looking down at lanes of traffic, and it senses just by distance that there's either a car there or not, and it knows a car, like the window of time the car is passing determines its speed, and the number of cars determines the amount of traffic, which tells you basically how dangerous it is. So this, and then it will relate to this, which you can imagine seeing near a normal walking signal, indicating that this is like a relatively dangerous crosswalk. Where, because as she said, 60% of intersections account, 6% of intersections account for 60% of traffic fatalities. So the point is just to raise awareness of this, and maybe to avoid those intersections at the most dangerous times. Does that answer your question?
Oh yeah, let me ask a follow-up then. I think what you just said is certain intersections are just generally more dangerous. This system seems like it's focused on changing. Oh, that's great. It's working now. Yellow. This system seems like it's focused on changing conditions as opposed to just knowing that these 20 out of the 2,000 intersections are just really bad. We should mark them with the red sign. Can you speak to that a little more?
The biggest challenge definitely is addressing a practical change. I think what we're really striving for is awareness, and supposing we got this on a bunch of intersections in San Francisco, I think you would see that the mortality rates would go down over time. As people are aware that at these times, these streets are dangerous, you should avoid them on your path in the future. And perhaps if you're driving on that street, you'll realize that there are pedestrians there, and you'll think about them because you had that experience seeing the signal and think about their danger.
You know, one thing that struck me is knowing that there's a lot of traffic generally is somewhat obvious. I mean, you can just look and see that it's a busy intersection. But one of the things that might be interesting is you could use the same technology to actually understand if a person is starting to walk and if a car is maybe in a blind spot or coming around a corner or something like that, to actually sound an alarm using actually the same technology you have there. But knowing that there were a lot of cars there a minute ago is a little less useful than knowing that there's one that is half a second away from.
Do have a sound alarm in it, but the issue is that these all contend and they get booted constantly. So this one's trying to upload and this one's trying to download, but they're both being booted off the network, so it basically can't do anything with wireless right here. But the point is it does make a sound, so when you're walking and looking at your phone, it does distract you and you look up and you see, oh, a car might be turning left and kill me.
But the idea is that you would see a car there as opposed to the general trend of cars.
The idea is that you're just at a busy intersection, you pay attention, and just be aware this is a busy intersection.
All right. Very good. Thank you.